Right now we're going up to move some horses down from quarantine. That way we have room for everybody else that we're going to be getting tonight at the auction. My guess is that we're going to get 23.
Those things were bringing him a girlfriend. We're not.
So we got Cam and Firefly down. Now we just got to get Elvis caught and lead him down to the vet barn. And he's gonna be in the vet barn until his gelding procedure, I believe. And then we'll decide where he's gonna go from there. Let's open up those panels on the end, see if we can get him in that little catch pen. What's up, kid? So we got Elvis moved down here. He will need some work on leading. He likes to try to run ahead, but hopefully once he has been gelded, that'll kind of help solve some of those issues. Overall, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but he is down here now. He's settled in, he's got hay, he's got water. So now we just gotta finish getting ready for auction. I think I'm about to hook my truck up right now. Just gotta figure out what trailer I'm taking and then we'll go from there.
So we're going through our morning feeding session for the cats here. We have quite a few kittens actually this time. We have 2 litters. We have a litter right there and a litter right here. This one actually was just born this weekend, so yeah, this cat's a little bit feisty, but he's sweet. He just likes to get on you. A little bit of, you know, love aggression. You know? You gotta have a little bit of that. Normally after the water sits here for a little while, them going from the food to the water and stuff gets to like a little orange layer around, so kind of mossy like. So we like to just wash it off, keep it clean. So we're just done here giving them food and water, making sure the water is clean and cleaning up their litter boxes, and they're all set. The cats are doing good today.
Today I'm bringing a load of oats and orchard grass and wheat, specialty hay that we grew for y'all. To kind of see how to do, we kind of experiment how different grains and different hay works for you, and it's excellent hay. It cured out real good this time. We had real good weather. This will last y'all probably a week and a half, something like that. It's 23 bales. We'll just see. It's according to how many horses you got, how many you adopted out, you know, it's according to that. But ongoing, it'll usually last you about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks at the most. We're gonna unload it and stack it in here in our regular side shed here, and we'll get her done. Just got it done and stacked 23 in there, mostly oats, wheat, orchard grass. We actually drilled wheat and oats in an orchard grass field, and it turned out real good for that first cutting. So we're just gonna see how the horses like it and kind of experiment a little bit along at times to kind of see what's best for them. So absolutely no weeds, and should make them a real good, should fill them out good. And it's about 14% protein, so hope it works out good for them.
How many horses do you think we'll get at auction? Oh.
Minus 30.
Okay.
I think we'll get 25. I'll stick to that guess.
My guess is always 50. Always.
All right, cool.
30.
30? Mm-hmm. All right, we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm hunting. Found my microphones. I have this. I'm missing my little gray handle that I used to do the lives on auction assessment, and I don't know, I feel like it went on a trip with me and never came back, so I'm gonna keep looking. Maybe I find it, maybe I don't. We're gonna save lives tonight, a lot of lives, hopefully. And we actually, oh, how many do I think? I think that it's going to be 17 plus pi, 3.14. So we're gonna do 20. 0.14. My life got significantly better ever since they invented backup cameras that are right in the center and aimed right at the, actually had a backup camera in the bed so you could back up to a gooseneck. That was cool. So this fell out my hand, this is the handle. So I guess I'm gonna put it in there. All right. Cool, I think I'm ready to go to the auction. Again, we're gonna save about 20 horses and can't wait to see who we get because it's gonna be interesting. It's going to completely change lives for those horses.
How many horses do you think we'll get?
24.
24. Oh, great. Cool.
50. Dawn says 50.
You're going to auction, and I have no idea where everyone is. It's like Corey's the only one ready. And I got ready sooner than everyone else.
I don't know.
Even though I was the one that was always late. But anyway, see you guys.
We're all loaded up and we're headed out. Corey is already hit the road and it's time for us to hit the road too.
What I know, which is microchips and the lights. Kimberly knows how all the halters are organized, so I'm gonna let her grab them. Okay, I have microchips, lights, and we'll let Kimberly grab halters because she knows how they organized them. So we will head that way and we'll send her back to grab her domain. Which way is it? We are looking at our pins for the night, getting our game plan. I believe we got 15, not certain on that yet. I've not seen the sale sheet. We will put halters on, microchip, sort them into their pins tonight, water, and again, start intake first thing in the morning. So tonight, knock on wood, unless there's any surprises, everybody appears medically sound, which is a good thing. But putting the microchips in tonight will help me pick up on fevers quicker. So we're gonna get as many microchip that we can handle safely tonight without a shoot to do that. So we'll see what we got. So it's always a surprise. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. You never know.
I know you're tired, you're jaded. Takes all you got to let me know we're in the winter, baby.
And she's got some dental pathologies on her incisors too. So 25 plus with pathologies, meaning she may be younger, but her pathologies make her look a lot older, which is an issue. She's got bad knees, we know that. She's a sorrel. Louisiana microchips to get a Coggin, so sometimes you'll find microchips if they've come out of Louisiana. Yeah, that's why we scan, is because you may find one. We are trying anew of leaving only the halters on, not the lead ropes, so that way in the morning we just have to hook the lead ropes on. Again, new thing to see if it makes us more efficient. Instead of having to catch some of these twice, we will see.
This is what seems to be a younger horse, based on what Corey was saying, looking at her teeth, but her teeth are like gray. So there's something funky going on. She's like super lame in her hind right, but we'll see what Dr. Nancy says about it. We're curious about this, but that's gonna be the big problem.
That's going to be a nutritional issue, depending on where it originated from, and I'll take a closer look in just a second. So
the texture is also strange. Not smooth.
The horse has probably been malnourished wherever it came from. This one has probably been eating a lot of manure from lack of good nutrition. This one's only about 5. But the back end is the jankiness. I don't know if we can fix the back end or not. That I don't know. I'm not making any guarantees on that.
To clarify, I wasn't saying yes and that I was happy that there was something wrong with her, but that was my guess, was that it was a nutrition problem, and I was right. Nutrition.
Her teeth are really dark, blackish gray, which tells me probably it's a nutritional issue. A lot of that's probably from her not having good things to eat and been eating manure, a lot of that. I'll know more tomorrow, taking a closer look, but she's way off on her back end, so she's underweight. She's got several issues to sort through. She's young though, she's 5, but the back end worries me the most, that there's issues that we might not fix long term, but we'll see what rest, some good hay when we get her back, and what x-rays show, and then we'll have a better sound basis for decision. She is okay to transport back the way she is now unless something changes overnight. So we'll give her the benefit and definitely do x-rays to get a better idea of what's going on.
So you got to let me know we're in the winter, baby.
Because we're approaching our late teens, which increases our risk of arthritis dramatically. I'm gonna say, yeah, we'll find out x-rays and go from there. So initial observation seems okay. We'll dig deeper. That way we don't miss something and adopt out a bigger issue that a doctor needs to be aware of.
We were able to rescue 17 horses tonight. Those 17 horses all have one thing in common. There's a lot of differences. There's big ones, there's little ones, there's donkeys, there's horses, there's several different types of breeds, but the one thing they all have in common, they cannot go to slaughter tonight. And for that, I'm extremely thankful. All 17 are safe. We're just doing a quick assessment tonight. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna have our full team here. We'll do the full assessment and then transport them back to the shelter for intake. But Dr. Nancy's here. She's gonna make sure they're all comfortable tonight. Corey's in the pen getting the horses and getting halters and lead ropes on them, and they're taking them down to another area where they're going to be more comfortable for the night. And it's just so heartwarming to be able to rescue 17 horses, and that's only because of support from people just like you.
So right now we're just getting all the horses caught. The ones that we can lead, we're leading down to where they're gonna stay. I believe we are doing microchips and maybe a few other things tonight. Dr. Nancy will be able to give you a better idea of what we are actually doing. But right now I'm just getting these guys caught if I can, and then passing them off to Kimberly and Chance, and they're bringing them down there to Dr. Nancy.
This mini is not halter broke.
Is this the gelding?
What was a mare?
Where's your back tag, child?
No idea. This was in the pen that had the tags on it that said she was bred. I don't know if that tag went with her or not. Stop it. She old.
Yeah.
She old. Ow! Stop it. Mercy. Oh, and she's blind in her right eye.
Okay.
The left, I'm not sure about.
I know you're tired, you're jaded. Takes all you got to let me know we're in the winter, baby. We're in the coldest part we know.
Hey John, didn't see you there. We got our updated auction list here. I'm just going through making sure that we have everybody accounted for. So far we are missing 3, it looks like. But everybody else is accounted for. I'm sure they're in these pins back over here somewhere. So as soon as we get these guys done, we'll go ahead and start looking for those other guys that are missing.
Okay, sweetheart. Okay, big poke, big poke. Good girl, good girl. Unfortunately, this one is blind in both eyes, appears painful with the eyes, but she has multiple melanomas spread throughout her body that way. So, not a good outlook. She's in her late teens, early 20s, so. The eye painful is the most urgent medical need on that.
I don't want to see. Just let me look. I just want to look. That's it. Just want to look. Let me see it. Let me just see it. Oh, we're a baby. It's a baby.
Oh, baby.
I don't know how baby, more than 6 months, but yeah, I mean, I'm getting better at guessing because like I learn more, but.
How many donkeys did we get? Do we know?
I think it's just him, I think. And then a mule.
Okay, I'm trying to just figure out pins.
Yeah. And then we have, oh wait, maybe we got one more. Okay. We might have gotten one more. Because I think we have 4 more. We still have to find 4 more equines that are
to be located.
Yeah, that need to be located, which I don't know if there's any donkeys in that group. It's okay, baby. Don't be alarmed. Good baby, what a good baby.
Tell you what, he's so little. Put him with these.
With the minis?
Yeah, put him with the minis. Yeah.
Come here, sweet baby. You're so cute.
It's going well. So far we have everybody microchipped but the one mule, and safety first. It's not worth the hassle of stressing her out, getting her hurt, us hurt. We can just do her tomorrow when we get back to the shoot. But so far everybody else has been good. And she wasn't bad. It's late. We're tired. There's no sense in doing it if we could just wait till tomorrow.
Seven, maybe? Maybe a little older?
Probably 6 going on 7. Okay. Yeah, you're close. Yeah, we'll put 7. Again, it's close enough. I'm happy with it. He's probably coming 7 this year, maybe.
So we got a pony that we got to find, and then a black gelding that we got to find. So I'm going to make some rounds after somebody comes and gets this horse from me and figure out where they might be.
We're missing some.
Naturally. It happens.
Nope, that's not ours.
Okay.
We're trying, John.
And you ain't got enough hands.
This is a very good back scratcher. Tennessee has these things called ticks, and when a tick bites you, it itches. So sometimes you need a good back scratcher.
He found it.
The guy behind the camera is not always okay up here because when you have to hold a camera for hours, it starts taking a lot of blood flow in here. That takes the blood flow away from up here, so.
I agree.
I'm in my head. I'm in the words we never said.
You're not a hackney. You're a little one, but you're not a hackney. Pony. Chocolate, sunburnt brown.
Would this be like a 2 or
She got pathologies. Female, yeah. This is just one that we're just gonna write multiple issues and we'll highlight the most significant and unfortunately continue on with life, darling. Unfortunately, she's got that dead look in her eye.
All of the roads leading you home. Go for a drive with you alone.
So we have finished our initial evaluations tonight. Everybody is settled in with water. Their halters ready for in the morning. We got everybody microchipped but 2, and I just didn't push the issue with those 2, so we'll try those in the morning. If not, we'll do them when we get back. Fairly medically stable, but that we also have a lot of old age, lameness issues that way. So nobody is medically urgent. Unfortunately, typical auction, a lot of older, skinny with issues, but only a few respiratory, so we'll keep an eye on those. We isolated those towards the front, so they'll be their own separate load. But so far, so good. No real crazies, so we'll see what we get tomorrow and go from there.
We're in the winter, baby. We're in the coldest part we know.
It's early in the morning. Dr. Nancy is getting her paperwork all in order. I've not seen this. What are you doing, Dr. Nancy?
Each animal has a card that when we get back, we'll mark off as we do things during the intake process. So today I make notes on my sheets, my intake sheets that I made notes on last night. And then as we get back and do Coggins, vaccines and all that, they get a nice pink card to go with it, and we transcribe all that. And I actually have Nate a starter copy to start in Shelter Love. So just my way of keeping up with things, the cards make it easier to flip through in a hurry.
So we've had a lot of conversations because I want these papers on the way home.
She gets this
and I
paper.
think she's gonna give me this one instead of these ones.
Yes. This one has the basic everything for Shelter Love.
Okay.
Yes. So I made him notes too what things meant.
Okay.
TWH, Tennessee Walking Horse, Quarter Horse, colors.
So Nate is one of our employees. He's actually in the Philippines, and he has been such a great help to us. So he's going to enter all these animals into Shelter Love, and yeah, he's going to be busy. And I need to change my form because the last conversation we had, I was getting the vet notes. Now I'm not. So now I'm going to have to get on my computer and change some things because
because
he messed me up.
He probably can't read some of my notes on there.
Oh well,
so.
It'll be fine. We are broad-eyed, bushy-tailed. The sun is shining, and I'm regretting wearing a sweater, but we're headed out to the auction, gonna go get these horses and take them back to the shelter. have a little story for you. One time, every time I come to this area, I get a little bit of PTSD. Because one time we were loading horses and I kind of leaned back in this area. There's this very bad glue that is auction tag glue, and it's very sticky. Now this is dried, but it's still very sticky. I got it stuck in my hair, and I literally had to cut a chunk of my hair out because it was this nasty glue in it. So I'm always a little worried when I go past the station.
So good. I am so happy you guys can hear us.
Yeah.
Have you touched it? Is it hard?
I've not touched it. Yeah, I just made a note. She's only about 13, so I'm going to say it's probably
Soft.
really
Soft-ish.
soft. Her biggest issue, she is missing hair on both sides, which that could have been from lice over the winter. Seems to be a calm mare, so we're going to give her a little save for her saddle sore, and we'll see what x-rays and time does for her.
Its legs are kind of messed up. Every leg of this horse has issues.
And this one had bute last night for pain control also, which is still in its system.
So this poor horse, Dr. Nancy and I were talking about this horse earlier. If you look closely there's a lot of little bumps on its body, and basically it's riddled with cancer.
Yeah.
And I'll point out the bumps here, or Dr. Nancy can in just a second. But there's bumps on her face, her neck, her she's got a really bad case of cancer, and that's really sad.
Well, this is the most I've seen on a single horse that doesn't have one already ruptured out. So she has multiple melanomas, and that's a good chance of one in the muscle that can't be removed, cut out easily.
The mass.
Yeah, one of the huge ones. The worst part is when you look underneath at her teats, look at them hanging down that way, that's pretty dramatic.
She's got cancer everywhere.
Because she just doesn't know where she's at. Yeah.
It is a mare.
Yes, it is a mare, yeah.
Her tail was kind of... Oh yeah, no, I can see a big tumor over there too.
Can you see
She's
it?
got tumors everywhere.
Yeah, she's eat up. Hey, sweetheart. Oh yeah, right. Look at
this. Hey guys, look at this. This is how bad this cancer is. Like, ugh.
Yeah,
that is terrible.
So that is cancer.
Tumors everywhere.
the externals are only what you're seeing. You don't see what all is internally with these.
That in her chest and everything.
Yeah. So this one is about 12 years old. Biggest issue is multiple founder issues. X-rays will tell us if it's fixable with trimming or not. Front feet, back feet aren't as bad, but definitely we'll see how bad the X-rays are.
So that little mini's feet is severely foundered. We don't know the extent of the founder until we take x-rays.
Yeah, but that's who it is. This little donkey is about, let me make certain I got the right one here. It's the shaggy donkey. Yes, he is an intact male that has not dropped his testicles yet, about a year old. He's starting to shed off. Other than that, his feet are not horrible. They need a little trim, but they're not turned like we get a lot of the donkeys that have horrible feet. So biggest thing is we'll see what he is when we get shed it off more than anything.
All right, so now we get pictures.
He don't like his morning medicine.
He like, that was disgusting.
He's been a show horse, like he was a show horse and then got dumped because you don't get hair like that.
But all 4 of his feet are really long.
This donkey leads like a donkey.
Yeah. He's like, there's people up there. I do not want to go that way.
It is a coming 7-year-old that is an intact male, with feet being the major issue so far.
You know, or sheriff departments, if somebody has an animal they can't take care of, they'll say take it to auction. So we have a very broken system. In Tennessee and the United States, there's a lot of areas that don't have any resources. So we see things like this. And until we can fix the broken system, we're going to continue seeing things like this. We're done with the assessment, and now we're going to be loading the horses up.
For the first time in 20 years of rescuing, I brought my own pocket knife to open the sawdust bag, so this is going to be interesting. See how it works. Wow, hey, that works pretty nice.
Is this it?
So Jason, then we're next.
Good. I try to say it really loud and obnoxious so they can hear me. So we do have all of the horses loaded. We have 17 altogether on the trailers. We're about to head back. We're gonna make a quick stop. Just to make sure everybody is ready for the long drive, and should be an easy trip back. Probably gonna hit the usual traffic, and hopefully we'll be back to the shelter. What? Let's see, maybe around 1. We'll see.
We're working here with the skeleton crew this morning, and most of our team is off at the auction. We rescued 17 horses and they look pretty emaciated. After we get all the stuff finished down here that we have to do, we'll start setting up for the crew to come back this afternoon.
Morning, we're cleaning out the intake barn, pressure washing all the floors, all the stalls, any equipment that's in here. We're just pressure washing everything out the back door for right this moment. So we can make sure, and then we're gonna spray it all with the rescue so it kills any germs or anything like that. So I'll be ready for the next batch of horses. We finished up the intake barn, got it all rescued, and everything's done here. Once I move a few more pieces of equipment out of here, then I'm gonna head over to the small animal building that we're cleaning up and getting ready to put a small animal rescue facility at the end of the road.
It's been a really crazy morning, and I just realized that they're going to be here in 30 minutes and we don't have the intake area set up yet. So we're going to rush off and get that done really fast. So we're pretty much loaded up. Just waiting on Caitlin to get something else. Then we're going to head up, but we're running out of time. Caitlin? No, get away, get away, stop, get away! I gotta go. Oops.
I got her flabbergasted.
That's not fair. go. Who is this? Are you safe? We're picking up hitchhikers, but only if they're safe hitchhikers. You're safe, okay. They're gonna drop me off, but then go back up, so.
Yes, she does.
Well, we finished getting everything set up in quarantine, and now I have to come back down to the office and finish other things. Bye. Faye and I are gonna do the after auction intake stuff, so we're gonna kind of hang out together, do a few things, and then we'll be ready to put away everything when it's all said and done.
It's just you and me now.
Good luck.
We just got back. We're gonna get all these critters unloaded and start the intake process here at our facility. This girl's gone right into isolation. She's got a pretty snotty nose. The nice thing with having Dr. Nancy here full time is we're able to do our intake slowly and over the course of time, so we don't have to get through all the horses all at once. We just see the most critical ones first, and then we're able to kind of let horses that seem like they're doing okay, we just want to let them kind of relax for a little bit. It's really nice to be able to let the horses just settle and relax, and they've been through a lot of stress, so right now our focus is on the most critical horses. I do believe that this is a Big Lick show horse. The way his angles of his feet are, and you can see they just chopped him off, they probably was in stacks, and they used to run him through the auctions with stacks. Now that we've been getting horses and exposing, they try to pull them, and we end up with feet that look like this. I think originally he was planning on being showed. His mane's really long, but it's been end cupped for a little while, so I think he was in training as a show horse, and then for whatever reason they kicked him to the curb. Looks like he's already starting to get maybe DSLD going on. His body's probably already kind of breaking down. But we're gonna take x-rays and see what's going on inside this horse.
No, it's got a little remodeling because he's compensating.
Is it space because his heels are so long?
It's space, and it's also where it's got the it's cocked out angle. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is enlarged because this is cockeyed, so it's enlarged the joint space with it. So yeah, this one's got a lot more space there too because of his fronts have too much space, and his rears are DSLD for dear life. That's some bad joint space.
Do you think that's related to like the heavy pads like swaying their joints?
Yeah, he's a confuddled mess.
I tried picking up his foot and he was not happy.
Was that ear nip on the inside or outer side edge?
It is on the, it's almost identical looking. Okay.
The face markings are similar, but the other one...
But it's way darker, but cameras can do weird.
Right. And again, if it was adjusted...
There was a stolen donkey.
Very similar.
And he had a notch in his ear.
Yeah.
That's very similar.
Yeah, so we will x-ray and then he will hang out until we determine if he's potentially stolen or not, since we have got notified that he might be. Do we have any P3?
Yeah, actually, and it doesn't look that bad to me.
Comparative to all of our others.
There's a couple of them that are a little bit worse than the others, but...
That looks daggone good compared to what I was expecting. I am giving rabies on this side, and the other side is the combo, the Eastern and Western encephalitis, tetanus, flu, rhino, plus West Nile. So And then we'll boost her in 3 weeks, of course, because we have no history if this has ever had a vaccine or not. So in 3 weeks, when I castrate, because that'll give time for the initial tetanus to be starting to take effect, I'll boost her the vaccine again, and then we will castrate. So, but we'll let him get settled down in the meantime. I need blood for Coggins.
Thanks.
You want one?
Yeah.
We are doing things different today. Historically, we'd work until 10 o'clock at night sometimes doing intake. And now with Dr. Nancy here full time, we've been adjusting and we're gonna be trying to do something a little bit different. Today, we're gonna do the most critical horses, and at 5 o'clock, we're going to stop as long as all the most critical horses and everyone's stable are doing fine. We're gonna wrap up by 5:30. That's gonna give Dr. Nancy time to catch up on all her records that she's gotta do. It's gonna be a little different than we normally do, but that's good because it's gonna help people from getting burnt out and exhausted. And we have the luxury of taking the time of doing these intakes slowly over like a week. So that's a huge help for these horses and for our staff.
Oh, we're a baby that we barely have got our other set of teeth, so we're a yearling.
She was trying to nurse on another one, on a horse.
We might be, we got our others, we're gonna call you 8 months.
8 months?
Yeah, we're a baby.
Amazing.
Look how cute he is! Oh my goodness, his teeth! Oh, that's much better. Show that to Dr. Nancy. She'll like to see that. It's nice with the X-ray machine is we instantly know, like, oh, it really needs a foot.
We got a little bit of ramp in there.
Not like the big horse, but
no, not bad.
I didn't think we were gonna get to the horse that had a little bit of snotty nose and stuff, but we worked really, really fast and efficiently today, and that's just amazing. So we went ahead and pulled her out of the pen, and she's gonna get her intake done as well today.
So when we were listening to her, it sounded like she was chewing on rocks and it sounded terrible. His mouth doesn't sound good. Teeth sound terrible. That sounds painful. It does sound like it's chewing on rocks. It doesn't sound like it feels too good. Got no idea what's going on with it, but it does not sound like it feels too good. And then she picked up a rock with her mouth and was chewing on rocks.
She is running a 104 fever, so I gave her Banamine. I did not vaccinate her because of her fever, so we are going to let her hang out in the isolation pen, see how she does, and we'll go from there with her. So far, we've not found anything majorly wrong with her. She's in good health, so she gets to hang out, recover from being through the market, getting exposed to everything, and time will tell.
I'm Chance. I'm here on a working interview. I've been to a lot of different places and never seen anything like this before at some of these auctions. So most horses I've seen, they were in this kind of condition. Did find a couple that were maybe possibly savable. They look good. Just need a little bit of weight on them and give them a chance to see how they go, and everything went pretty good. We got through all the horses today and good people to work with, and everybody worked together and went pretty smooth.
Well, Dr. Nancy, I do think that all your thought and scheming in how to make this flow better works.
We're still, again, we got a little fine tuning, but it does make it more efficient. Intake last night, just getting the microchip went well. This morning we were quick loading out. Today we are actually done. I did not plan on being done at this time today. So we've got everybody settled in, letting them get situated. And again, we'll keep monitoring them over the whole next month and seeing what issues pop up that we don't already know about. Tend to be, like usual, an older, thinner group of horses, but there were a few that we are probably going to be able to save, and some that we unfortunately were not able to. Their issues were just too bad, but at least we were able to relieve their suffering on that. So
I think the one that stands out to me the most, I mean, the cancer horse was really sad.
the poor little melanomas,
And,
yes.
That little mini with the hooves, like that's so sad. And they were trimming them.
Yeah.
They were trying to not let them grow wild, but they're suffering. And I know we were having a conversation with another vet who was working with a owner who had a horse that was foundered for years, wasn't it like 8 years?
Yes, it was a extended period.
And she felt terrible because the horse was suffering and she couldn't ever relay, like, it's time to let this horse finally get peace. And you know, that's part of our mission here at Horse Plus, is to rescue every horse regardless of their condition, even if they do need the last act of kindness. But I think some fun things are that little mule.
Yes, she's a sweet little girl, even though she needs some training. So.
We did not expect that she was as young as she is. So
she's just now getting her last set of incisors. So I called her ballpark 9. Usually they get between 6 and 8 months.
9 months, not years.
Yes, yeah, 6 to 8 months is usually when those come in. Again, not everybody reads the book, so I'm still calling her under a year right now. So she's been weaned. She needs some halter training, but she's a cute little girl. Our other little donkey, he's a yearling too. He's not dropped his testicles yet.
We did get a lot of ex-Big Lick horses, and one of them, he's got a lot of problems. Like, we're gonna be watching him to see how it goes, but I just was seeing him walking the pasture, and he's had the stacks pulled off, and it's been a little bit, and the ends of his toes hacked off, and it's rough. But that's what we do. We help these horses, and we got done super early today because we listened to Dr. Nancy on her new ideas, and that's why you always listen to your veterinarian. I'm just happy to see them happy in the field. That makes it all worth it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the donkeys right now out of the corner of my eye. They're down there picking away.
We're distracted. We're very distracted, but we're wrapping it up. It's been a great auction and auction intake, and thank you so much for your support.
I went to Oxford, Mississippi and picked up all Clancy's banners, signs, everything for protest. So now we're just gonna go through and make sure the signs are clean before we head out to protest the Columbia Spring Jubilee tonight. And I don't know what any of these signs say. Huh? That one's pretty clean. This is the states that helped pass the PAST Act, the Prevent All Soaring Tactics. And of course, you see the states that mainly do the big licking are all voted no. Because the big lick is mainly a southern sport, if you want to call it. Okay, this is the big one that we always put up. You can see the scarring right here from chemicals that were used to make him do the high step, and then he has chains attached to it that will hit it and keep irritating it to make him walk the way he does. This one's pretty gross. Right here it tells you that the PAST Act passed by 333 to 96 votes. So our congressmen in our area did their jobs. And when you stand and hold this for 2 hours, it gets really, really heavy. I've gone through all the signs and got the ones that we need to take today. We'll be heading out to the Spring Jubilee in Columbia here in a little bit.
We are all ready to go protesting. It's going to be very interesting without Clint, but I think we've got this and we can continue to be the voice for horses. So it's time to go.
I'm ready to get out of here and get this set up and see what we can do, what trouble we can cause today.
Oh, no.
Class 17 and under class 20, you go next. Class 20, you go next. 20, you go next. 20, you go next.
What you just witnessed is Deputy Dial acting as private security for the Spring Jubilee Big Lick Show in Murray County at the Murray County Public Park in Columbia, Tennessee on June 2nd, 2023. He threatened that we would go to jail if we walked to where our horse was registered for the show to groom it for the show. But it all started a couple days earlier.
Well, it would just be easier since all of our stuff is right here if that wasn't there.
But the other thing too, if somebody's out there, then people driving by could
see it, yeah.
We could just do this one lane. Like, they get the point. Like,
Depending on how many people, we could have some people here
and come over there.
The good clean white one is Horse Pluses. I explained this in the video this morning.
Keep an eye on.
Animal abuse or horse trailer.
They ride 1-year-olds, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Keep lying to yourself. Animal abuser.
I was saying, big lick, big lie, horses, you make the horses cry. Big lick, big lie, you make the horses want to cry.
Columbia, Tennessee, and we're protesting the Big Lick. To achieve the Big Lick, a horse has to be tortured, and that's abuse. And basically they put stacks on their feet that they live in. They don't take them off at the end of the show, and they run around in pastures. They have to live in these stacks, and then you also see in the shows where they put chains on them. And before they get to the show, they teach them how to do this artificial gait, and they put chemicals on their skin, and it literally burns into their skin. They'll wrap their legs so it cooks their legs, and then they'll put that chain, which is very sensitive on the skin, and they'll make their horses move with that. And the horse flinches like if you touched a stove, very painful. So the horse bringing the foot up really high is a flinch from a pain response, and it's wrong. There's no way around it. It's abuse, and it must end, and that's why we're protesting here tonight, and we're going to be protesting again tomorrow. We need more people to become aware of what's happening, because if people aren't aware of what's happening, this will never end. So we need each person that's watching this to raise awareness, tell your friends about it, and tell them to help raise awareness and put an end to this, because if we're silent, the horses are going to continue to suffer.
After the protest on the first day, we did go into the show, and they used to charge to go into the show. Now it's actually free, and that's kind of a sign that their show is not very popular with the public. And there were a lot of birds flying, so to speak, and some angry looks, and a couple people wanted to engage with us. But really, we were left alone because we've already won that lawsuit. We have the right to be there. We have the right to take photos, videos, audio recordings. It's a public place. It's a public park. There's no expectation of privacy when you're showing your horse in a public park. When we left, it was completely uneventful, but that was not what the next day was going to be like. Something very special is happening out here. Corey is getting hooked up to the new trailer that was donated. Let's see what is going on today. What on earth's going on, Corey?
I don't know why I'm here on my day off, but I'm here on Friday, and it looks like we're taking the horse to Columbia.
We're going to be doing something that we've never done before. I have no idea how today is going to turn out, but they have these signs that are only trainers, grooms, owners of horses can be back in the area where all these Big Lick horses are getting ready. Jason and I had gone back there, and we got a police escort out of there. We were told we couldn't be there. It's still a public park, but we've been respecting those signs ever since. But this year, we've entered a horse into the show. Not that we're going to show the horse in the show, but we've entered a horse who's going to just take a trailer ride today and give us access to the area where all the horses are. So I know this is really going to shake things up a bit, and hopefully I don't get assaulted or end up in jail or anything like that. But the plan is we're going to have the horse. It's going to drive through. We're going to be protesting just like we protest for all the other ones. It's going to go park back there. Once we're there and everything's good, and we're protesting, it'll seem like normal. But once we get to the show, after we're there for a little bit, I'm going to walk right past those signs, and it's going to get ugly, I'm sure. We are getting her some good makeup, so she's a little less recognizable. And I'm no makeup artist, but I've done a lot of undercover makeup, so we're getting her set up.
So, like, are you making me prettier or like not so pretty?
Do you think she's pretty? I think it's pretty.
Every day.
It's like one of those.
Corey's biased.
Go look in the mirror real quick to see. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but I just hope Caitlin can vouch for me when I head back to groom her horse. So this is going to be very, very, very interesting.
Big Lick is abuse! 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 Big Lick!
been back here for a while now, so it's delayed, right?
Yeah.
Maybe when this rain stops, we'll start pulling horses out and kind of see how they are when they're not in the show ring. We're back here. We're actually undercover right now. We have Caitlin here is actually entered in the show. She's already got her entry number here. We are kind of just waiting on things to start up to see kind of like what they do outside of the show ring back here when they're warming up, doing other things like that. There's a guy over here in the blue truck. Looks like he's about to pull a horse off of the trailer. We've already seen a couple horses with stacks on their feet, just like inside the trailers, looking back at them. It's kind of hard to see everything right now because of the rain, but it's also kind of nice to have that rain there so people can't be looking in here seeing the camera. The show was delayed for about a half an hour.
Oh, there's a horse.
For the rain, so we're just kind of waiting on the rain to settle down, and they're gonna start warming up, I bet, and start the show. There's actually a horse over there right now. It doesn't look like it has
I don't see
stacks on. I think that's probably one of the like pleasure trail classes. So we're just gonna keep hanging out until they start up. And
I do know to our left there are horses on a trailer with stacks, but it's really hard to see them. But there are horses here that are in stacks for sure.
So should we go down and look at the sign?
Yeah,
all right,
so.
we're gonna go look at the sign. And just see what the sign says. All right, guys, just keep watching this. We have never really done this before, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. So we're just gonna see what the sign says. We do have a police officer over there.
Amateur riders go on at a running walk, please. Park pleasure horses at a running walk.
All right. So there is the sign. All right.
Are you ready?
My heart is pounding. All right, should we just walk along the grass over there? All right. And they're watching us. Okay.
Wall. Now reverse, please. 278 is Mayor Bill with Kim Bush.
We're just gonna walk back here. They are following us. Yes, they're following us.
388 Jose Desperado, Jim Roberts, Rice. 389.
Why do we need to go over there?
You're right. On the reverse, show it a flat wall.
So why do we need to?
The government's here, and if they catch you back there, you'll go to jail.
Why would there be an issue if we were back there?
You're just not allowed back there.
Why not?
But why?
You're not. The sign, just like the signs up here on the thing, access, you're not access back there.
So who's allowed?
But who's allowed back here?
Huh?
Who's allowed back here?
Owners and trainers.
Okay.
Groomers.
So, and groomers? Okay. All right. So that sign's irrelevant to us right now.
Okay. You can't go back.
Well, sir, we respectfully disagree because that sign is irrelevant to us at this situation. So, is your body cam on?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good.
Now, do we want to tell them why it's irrelevant?
Yeah.
Just so that-
Okay. So I just want you to be involved. We have a horse
We own
that's
a horse in
registered
here.
back there.
Is it
Yes, it's a horse that is
This is the registration for it, and we're supposed to go back and groom it and get help with
So
it.
if you want to discriminate against us based on our shirts, we will obviously protest that.
Yeah.
Because we do have a horse registered back here.
And it's waiting for us.
Do you
right
have the piece of paper?
now. Who am I
Pull it
from?
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hohenwald.
You look so familiar for some reason.
He looks like a movie star, but it's not him.
It's Matthew Broderick.
Do you have your paper?
No,
like the actual paper.
You do look familiar. You spent.
We've been here every year.
We've been here every year.
I used to spend a lot of time in Lewis County.
Okay. Do you know? Okay, yeah, he knows us.
We're good friends, though. All right, it's time.
Yeah.
North Rail.
So here, you want to hold this? This is the paper. Dawn is the owner.
When your horse goes back there to be tracked, hang on a minute. You might can go back there then.
No, sir. We need to go back
Well, we
there
need
now.
to go back there to help them. Like we have
Now,
a registered
if you want to
horse.
get your sergeant out here, and
We'll be happy to talk to
also
him.
explain to him that we are officially able to go back there because that sign is irrelevant.
It's
to us.
irrelevant
We have
to
followed
us,
every rule
so-
to go back and see our horse.
So
And agreement.
we're gonna head back, and we'll be back there. So yes.
The USDA inspector, we can handle it.
We're not gonna film the USDA inspections. Okay, so we're just gonna walk back here and head to our trailer.
Steve Smith, Marty Warren. Ribbons by Double E Farm, Hampshire.
How's it going?
How's it going?
She's on our side, right?
Yeah, so what's my groom? So I am Caitlin's groom, and
I am as well.
hi everyone. Hi. So you have a horse registered to be back here.
Yes, I do.
And, hold on.
I would like to say that now that everybody's back here, there's no one practicing around, whereas before y'all came back, there was many people and a lot of horses in 4 stacks.
Yeah.
So they have decreased in numbers.
So
now he's talking to the USDA.
He's talking to the USDA. So who wants to shout out and give a huge, like, just clapping hands to Caitlin, Coop, the film guy, and Corey back there who drove this truck in here past us protesting and us yelling Big Lick is abuse.
Because it is.
Because it is. And
so what we can do is file an official complaint, because if you file an official complaint against an officer, Internal Affairs has to deal with it. They have to.
because we weren't doing anything wrong.
He didn't ask if we have a horse back here.
No, we had to tell him.
After we told him we had a horse back here, he told us, well, if you go back there, you're
Yeah.
going to jail tonight.
And we didn't have to tell him. Like, he's been
Right.
super nice the whole time. We just wanted to let him know. And actually, early this morning, Jason and I were laying in bed and we're like, I think we should tell them.
Yeah,
Like,
we went back and forth. Did we wait
went
until the
back and
handcuffs
forth,
are on us, or did we tell them sooner?
We decided not to tell them, and I think it's good because,
Oh, you decided to tell them
or not
fairly soon.
Well, fairly soon, but
Yeah.
like we didn't tell them earlier.
Right.
Like we didn't tell them when we were protesting.
right,
Hey, this is what's happening, and he's definitely over there trying to get the USDA to.
You know, what we should have done
scrutinize
is
the
brought some more
situation.
shirts for the people that are staying a little longer.
Your undercoverness is gone.
Oh,
darn. So for those of you who don't know, Corey and Caitlin are, wait, what's on your hand?
Oh, I don't know what that could be.
Aww.
And don't call her his girlfriend because he will correct you.
I will. Who is she? He gets a little
This is my
defensive.
fiance.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, you two.
Just bought a house.
This is poor horse. This looks so painful. So this is what happens before they get in the show. And he looks like he's walking on glass. Can we film this horse?
Yes.
Like, this horse looks like he is literally walking on glass, and he's like, ouch, 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 ow, ow. Poor horse. Like, this is like so painful looking.
I'm ready.
That's the sheriff talking to the USDA, and he's trying to
find a way.
Trying to find a way to remove us. But we haven't done anything wrong. We're not doing anything. And we're back here filming, but there's no signs that say no cameras.
And that lawsuit's already been lost.
And that
so.
lawsuit's already been won. And it's a public park. We have every right to film in a public park. We could just never be back here because we didn't have a horse registered in the show. And we rescue Tennessee walking horses all the time. And so we registered one in the show, but not, just to get us back here. We're not actually showing the horse. Now showing a horse flat shod would be something that would be maybe in the future where we're just showing for the natural abilities. But this horse is just looking so painful. Please share this video. Tell people to watch what's happening right now. You're not going to be like, this might be like the only time we can film something like this. We might be able to film more later, but this isn't something that gets filmed all the time. So stacks and chains, action devices, and they're all just warming them up for the show, and they're definitely getting them ready, and you can see the stacks and the chains there. Yeah. 632 is fifth. We're not planning on staying a long time back here. We do want to get this horse
I think we made the point.
home. I think we made the point that we can be back here.
The sheriff is clearly going to do nothing about it.
The sheriff can't do anything about it. So
I think he called the supervisor, and the supervisor probably told him that.
They're like,
leave it alone.
He's definitely not on the phone anymore.
He is walking. He is walking. But he might be going around us. Let's see. Poor guy. He's
talking to this guy who looked like he's running security.
Oh, he's walking back to his post.
Yeah, he's walking back.
That's it. That's it.
All right, so we made our point. We're gonna take our horse home, scratch him from the show, and we brought you all back here. We showed what was happening. Lines and lines of farriers. Working on horses. You saw horses' tails getting all squished around. You saw a whole lot of things, and be sure to watch the next episode of Horse Rescue Heroes, Horse Shelter Heroes, because it's going to be very, very interesting. So this was really, really cool. We're in the living quarters of the horse trailer. We're not going to be riding in the horse trailer on the main roads or anything, although I did see multiple people in horse trailers when they arrived, and I thought that was just so bizarre. So we are pulling away. We're going to scratch our horse from this horse show because we don't support the Big Lick, and we'd never show horse Big Lick. The horse just got to go for a fun ride, and we got to have access because of this horse into the private area for horse owners. And be prepared if you think that protesting the Big Lick is always going to be a certain way, because in Clint's memory, we're going to continue this, and maybe I'll just say there's a new sheriff in town when it comes to protesting. I am so stoked and excited that we were able to accomplish what we did. Not only have we done a great protest to kick off that, Clint may be gone, but we're gonna keep fighting. And we did something that nobody's ever done before, is take a horse, a rescued horse, to the back, a rescued Big Lick Tennessee walking horse to the back, and that horse allowed us to come in with our cameras. And you guys were back there for what, an hour and a half, 2 hours? Wow. Just watching everything. Nobody had a clue. And we're just warming up for the things we're gonna be doing to help raise awareness to end the Big Lick. Pretty exciting for you, maybe? First time you were kind of undercover.
Yeah, I was very undercover. Tawny does very good makeup. It was exciting, but very nerve-wracking at the same time. Scared that somebody's gonna get brave and try to, come up to us.
When you're walking up to register him,
I was freaking out. I was like, okay, you're okay. And then I got up there and I was like, breathe. You're undercover, you got this. But once I started talking, I was fine.
Well, good job.
Good job. And Corey, great job driving. Thank you. Dawn, great job.
Organizing,
yes,
people coming.
Yes, and please Please do what you can to help us put an end to the Big Lick. Horses should be shown flat shod for their natural abilities, not an artificial gait. So, Big Lick is abuse.
Big Lick is abuse! Wow, that was quite the protest. You know, lameness in a horse is defined literally as an abnormality in a horse's stance or gait. The Big Lick causes an abnormal gait, which makes it lame. The horse is literally lame in the show ring. And somehow, this is what wins ribbons. Folks, it's time to put an end to the Big Lick, but how can you do that? Sharing, donating, get yourself educated. So if somebody asks you, what's wrong with the Big Lick? You can tell them with great clarity and specificity why the Big Lick is abuse. And folks, there's more protests coming up, and we need to see you there. Can you imagine if there's 100 people, 200 people, 500 people descended on these shows to let the world know this is not okay? All chanting in unison, Big Lick is abuse.